Now this right here, this is some meat and potato stuff. Trigger warning: mistreatment at Rikers. I've read through this, and I'm going to be straight up. The trigger warning is well earned. This is a tough read, but I think it's important that everybody understands exactly how fractured the American system of government has become. That we are talking about major systemic level failures within important institutions, right? So we all know Rikers Island, right? Like Rikers Island is a well-known prison that exists off the coast of New York, right? Rikers Island. So it's literally, here's Manhattan, here's Queens, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Rikers Island. You can get to this place by boat. It is a prison, a correctional facility, and here is a lady who just went into that facility, and this is what she discovered. I want to share more about what I witnessed at Rikers Island yesterday. This is Emily Gallagher. We broke into groups to inspect different parts of the sprawling facility. I spent several hours at the Otis Bantam Correctional Center. I just returned from Rikers Island, where a group of elected officials exercised our legal right to inspect correctional facilities. What I witnessed was a humanitarian crisis, a horror house of abuse and neglect. I'll share more soon, but for now my message is simple: decarcerate. OBCC is where people are taken to be processed and wait for a hearing. People are supposed to be in and out within 24 hours. I met people who had been there for 3 months. No contact with family, overcrowded, no air conditioning. There's garbage everywhere. Rotting food with maggots, cockroaches, worms in the showers, human feces and piss. Most of the toilets are broken, so men are given plastic bags to relieve themselves in. I was told by many people being held there that they're given a single meal a day, and even that has to be demanded and begged for. Everyone was thirsty and had limited access to water. Most of the people I met were not at Rikers for serious allegations. One got into a fist fight at a barbecue. Many had accidentally made a small technical violation of their parole. They were confident these charges would be dismissed once they had a hearing, but the hearing date passed, and no one came to get them for it. There's a lot of serious mental illness, and many hadn't been given their prescription medication for months. I met multiple men with broken hands and legs that were not being treated. The ratio of guards to incarcerated people is something like 7-3. The officers hate the conditions too, and are doing sick outs or just won't show up at all. The people who do report to work end up having to work 18 to 24-hour shifts. Because of the lack of security, everyone's scared they're going to be injured or killed. Most people have fashioned some kind of homemade weapon to defend themselves. The prisoners, who have not actually been convicted of any crime, mind you, get maced regularly for talking too much, for congregating, for anything, really. Men were calling out phone numbers to me, saying things like, "Please call my grandma and tell her where I am," or would burst into tears and say, "I've been praying you would come. Save us. We are going to die." While one man was begging me to hug him through bars and weeping around the corner, another man yelled to my colleague, "Miss, look at me," and turned to see a man jump into a noose he made out of a sheet. I am totally overwhelmed by what I saw. Today I'm calling grandmas, moms, girlfriends, and wives of these men to tell them what's going on. One of the officers told me, at this point, we are on the prisoner's side. We are all forgotten. We live here too, triple shift by triple shift. Here's what we can do. Number 1, pressure DAs to stop asking for cash bail and consigning people who haven't been convicted to this horror house. Number 2, the New York City mayor must use his power to release people rapidly. Number 3, Governor Katie Hochul should immediately sign the less is more legislation. This is capturing this isn't even capturing the image of it. This is just a testimony of someone capturing finally what I have been calling this all along, which is the whole-scale abandonment of the American people by their institutions. That there is no such thing as an institution that is working in the interests of the American people operating in America any longer. That the reason why these conditions exist is because someone's making money about it. That you make money arresting people and putting them into cells. You make money getting people incarcerated. You make money through this kind of a system. You don't make money rehabilitating people. You don't make money getting people help, right? You don't make money finding out that, oops, this is a small clerical error and all of this. They're literally taking these people, shoving them into an island prison for no reason whatsoever, and literally abandoning them there. Literally abandoning them there. And it's happening 100% sure as shooting because someone's making some money about it. But privatization's the greatest system, eh? That's how you organize stuff properly, right? You privatize the whole prison model and the efficiencies, right? The efficiencies. And yeah, exactly, Drew. The gulags, though, right? Oh, well, the communist gulags, they were the fucking worst, right? I almost guarantee that these conditions that Emily Gallagher is talking to us about never once existed in the gulags. That if you actually go and find something out about the Soviet gulags, it didn't fucking look like this. It wasn't just grabbing people and fucking abandoning them out in the middle of fucking nowhere, where they have to literally form up little gangs and have shivs and piss into bags and shit. What the fuck is wrong with American society? This is the rot at the core of American society, right? Such that the American society exists. Because once again, I find myself saying, America is not a society, it's just a business. It's just a business with a PR team. And people like Emily Gallagher going into Rikers and coming out with stories like this reveal to the core how fractured and broken and disgraceful and demonic the American system has become. We should not only not seek to resemble this, we should do everything we can to reject it and move away from it as swiftly as we possibly can. This is what capitalism looks like. This is what they want. This is what they are seeking to create for the rest of us. And if you think otherwise, then you're just in the state of denial. That the first stage of grief is denial. And it's time to get through it. It's time to stop denying. This is America.